Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended. And in this video, I'm going to show you on the center how to get to the underwater bubbles or the underwater domes, whatever you'd prefer to call them. There are two of them, and they are both really useful to know where they are because they are literally air pockets that exist under the water. They're like special biomes on the center. And yeah, there are two of them on the map, and they're pretty cool things to at least just know where they are. Super fun. So I'm going to start near the first one at 27.283, just so you can see the chords have changed just a little bit since the original center was released, but you know, still pretty similar. But anyways, if you don't mind, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. So once you get to exactly the coordinates that I just told you to, 27.283, you look down, you go down, and you'll see the very edge of a bubble down there, right? Now, this is a special biome. Obviously, what happens is you get inside of this biome and it's air. It's one of those cool features about the center where you have this underground, as you can see right here, air pocket, and it's a very large interior cave. People love to put bases in this because, well, you can't really soak with any form of water creature. You have to somehow get a air creature down in here. And it's very dangerous to do, especially if you have, I mean, obviously larger tribes are going to be able to do whatever they want to do in the long run, but even in a PvE server, it's a lot of fun to build in something like this because no tames actually spawn in here. It just serves as a safe hub for you to be able to have a base in. Super cool. You do have resources that spawn in here, obviously trees, rocks. I've never seen metal spawn in one of these, but they are pretty cool in general because you can hide in some pretty neat locations. Even put like a little bit of a storage box right over here on the corner of it. And you've got yourself a little access point in order to proceed your underwater explorations. And people that like to build under the water, pretty cool because you can kind of get like a little tech thing going on out there, and then internal you just have the rest of your underwater or your non-underwater stuff, which can be a lot of fun. Now, so that is that. This is the first location. The second location, we're going to have to go over to Skull Island. If you don't know where Skull Island is, we're going to go ahead and head towards it. It is basically to the south side of the map. Now, they've changed it a little bit, so it's much more difficult to find. And Skull Island isn't as good as it used to be because it used to be filled with friggin' metal, a ton of metal, and it's not anymore, obviously. It's still Skull Island. You can see that there's the skull. Pretty cool. And then just near the outside of it, like basically like 60-60 of Skull Island, you can see that right here to the south-ish of Skull Island, you're just going to look straight down at the coordinates of 6559.6, and you'll see the big underwater bubble. Now this one is a little bit how do I say that, smaller overall, but it's got a lot more flat surface. So on a more of a PvE style map, you can drop into something like this. It is a little bit laggy inside of one of these, so just be aware of that. I don't know if you notice it, but it's a little bit laggy inside of this because it's a different render zone and stuff like that. But it still has resources inside of this. Again, I've never seen metal spawn in one of these. Oh, I take it back. They have metal. Oh, is that metal? I think that's metal. It is metal. That's the first metal rock I've ever seen in one of these. That's kind of cool. Hope they changed it because that'd be kind of cool. Just have like a couple metal rocks in here. Wow. Man, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. So that must be an updated thing that they just changed. But so those are the actual underground bubbles that you can get to. I guess the underwater bubbles that you can get to on the center. And yeah, they're fun little bases. PvE is more what I would say they'd be useful for because PvP isn't super useful. And people will actually use these, take alphas and bring them right up to the edge of the underwater bubble and then kind of like fight between the two. And that's a pretty common strategy, actually, especially for like Alpha Moses and other alpha creatures. It's a pretty useful thing to be able to do. Yeah, so that is a very, very good strat that you should take advantage of if you can. So both those underwater bubbles are pretty cool. Plus, you've got some really neat pillars that they kind of added in, which is neat. The center's got some of the best base locations, including bear caves and things like that. It's just a great overall map, and having bubbles like that is super cool. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. And hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. All right, teach.